Hey guys, how we doing? So today we're going to be showing you how to do a mid-taper blowout. It's a little bit curly on top, as you guys can see, but his hair does have a tendency to lay flat on his crown. I'm going to be showing you how to kind of deal with that to reactivate the curls. So you can see I'm preparing the hair like regular any regular straight hair. We're just kind of preparing it, and even though it is curling up in the ends, we will be adding a bunch of products at the end to really define those curls. So we're going to go in from our crown to the recession point, and you can see over here I'm sectioning it into a triangular section. The reason why we're doing this is so we don't have to deal with the connection. You know, it really helps us to kind of split that connection away from our focus. You know, we can focus on the side and we can focus on the top, and then we'll connect the sides later on. We're just gonna pack the hair real tightly, and we're gonna use a clip just to hold it in place. This hair is a bit tricky to deal with, so you know, like, we're not gonna be using any strict graduation or anything. So you can see at the top of his head, you know, it's in a perfect triangle. It's actually even arching in a little bit on the both recession points straight from his crown. So we're going to pull it back on his occipital bone on the back of his head and point it towards our chest, taking our time to make each section and each cut precise as possible, just to mitigate any errors that we will potentially make during the haircut. Take your time, guys. Over here we're just trying to put our best work forward. Literally, if anything goes wrong in this kind of part of the haircut, take a step back, assess, go back in and try, you know, correct your error. Don't rush, guys. Make sure to take your time. So I'm really taking it across the whole head, making each kind of cut level to each other. Over here you can see me playing a little bit with the hair. The reason why I'm doing that is only to allow myself to see if it's connecting properly or not. You notice that I haven't actually connected anything yet. Why? Because curly hair has a tendency, if you cut it styled, it'll necessarily lay flat and lay how it wants to lay, if that makes sense. Over here we're picking up the top, and he kind of already told me how much he wanted off. It was around a little under a centimeter, half an inch. And we're going to connect the top to the side in a square motion. So we're kind of picking it up and not rounding it off, just to create a little bit of an aggressive shape. We're getting a centimeter, and then we're connecting it in with our old section from the back. We're gonna inch our way to the right and inch our way to the left, keeping that square shape in mind. Take your time, guys. Again, don't be second guessing yourself over here. Take your time, grab it slowly, assess. If you can't see your section, put it down, brush it forward, pick it back up where you think you left off, and then continue your way forward, inching your way towards the front slowly, and then finally disconnecting the fringe. The fringe, the reason why we disconnect it, it's like the shape up of the haircut. It frames the haircut. Over here you kind of see I'm just showing him how he would like the fringe to sit. The reason why I do that is because I personally would know how much to cut off, so the fringe would bounce back up. Again, his hair is a little bit curly, so it will bounce back. It has a tendency to bounce, so we're gonna make it straight. You're gonna see I'm not really point cutting over here. Reason being, again, it's curly, guys. You don't need to point cut all the time. I'm gonna split it in the middle and connect our sides to our graduation that we did at the start. So we're gonna inch our way towards the fringe. again, creating some precision towards the back and inching our way towards the fringe. You can see the way I'm angling my fingers a little bit outward away from his face. I'm kind of dragging the fringe down and seeing how it lays. Just grabbing everything. And again, going back for precision. We're gonna do the same steps on the other side. That corner of the fringe, guys, make sure not to take it too short, and also make sure not to leave it too long. It's like where it helps the hair flow. You can see over here, I'm brushing everything down and double checking to see if the fringe is sitting straight. So we're gonna go in with our zero. I didn't zero gap these clippers specifically, so that's why I stamped with them. I kind of know what they do. They don't necessarily leave a zero line. I'm gonna repeat that step all over. Now his back does have kind of a really strong cowlick. He has a strange growth pattern on the back where it likes to veer off to the left a little bit. So I'm going in here with my lever open, and you can see this guideline is like an inch. The reason why is because I'm trying to stretch this fade out as much as possible. You know, we already went in with our fall shaver over there, so we're trying to just kind of keep it as stretched as possible. I'm gonna go in with my 1.5 guard. This is not 1.5, it's a 1.5 guard, guys. Make sure to know the differences. And we're gonna close the lever and really flick into that taper. The bulk over there, guys, on the top, we're gonna show you how to deal with that as well in a second. We're gonna go in with our one guard. We're gonna close it a little bit, and we're gonna open it back up again and slowly inch our way to the top. So in a sense, guys, I'm over here, I'm using my one guard as the blending guard instead of my 1.5 guard, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go in with my 0.5 guard and just kind of detail the corner of the neck. You see this specific part here in the corner of the neck, guys. It's very important to control your bulk over there. It will make the taper pop, especially when you shape it up. I see some beginners kind of leaving that place a little bit bulky, and then you can kind of see the hair flare off. I'm gonna just keep flicking and flicking until we deal with all the little lines that we needed to deal with. So we're gonna go in here with our number 3 guard and flick into that bulk. Now, the reason why, guys, I went in with the block graduation at the start and kind of pushed it toward my chest is because usually the 3 guard will blend in well into it. Like 9 times out of 10. You can see I'm controlling the bulk over here with the clippers. I didn't use any fancy shear work, guys. At the start, you see my sections are big, and I kept them big. Why? To keep it simple. I do that for myself, and I'm doing it for you guys as well. We're gonna go in here with our number 2 guard. Then we're gonna go again with our 1.5 guard. So you can see I'm actually controlling the bulk with the 3, 2 and the 1.5. Just gonna go in back on my number 1 just to detail out any parts. Now we're gonna go in with our 0.5, or our lever open, I should say, and create our first guideline. I'm gonna fade that guideline out. And you can see over here, guys, we're going actually in with the grain where 1.5 guard closed. If you haven't cut your client before, be very careful with this technique, guys. Sometimes if you don't know your client's hair, and you can see over here I'm actually using that one little corner to control the bulk. If you don't know your client's hair and you kind of just go in with the 1.5 guard closed, and you just kind of go all the way in, it will open up a huge hole. I've done it to myself. Be very careful. Kind of go in again with your 1.5 guard and flick over into that bulk, and we're gonna again use our 1 guard as our blending guard. And you can see here I'm controlling the bulk with our number 2. Now guys, usually if my model here, if he's not getting anything off the top, I would go in with clipper over comb. But since he needed to take a lot off the top, we went in with regular shears. And guys, as part of the neck as well, just be careful. Some people can be extremely sensitive, so we're just going in very lightly. These are 0 gapped and they do cut. They are pretty sharp, so I am pretty careful when I go into the neck with certain clients. Just cleaning them up here, and you can see the taper is basically done. Just gonna go on to the other side now. I just repeated the exact same steps with this side. Now you can see over here, guys, behind the ear, some of his bulk is still kind of there. You know, we're gonna kind of deal with that in a little while. Now I highly recommend to not use thinning scissors too much, but I'm only gonna use a little bit over here. So you can see I'm actually pushing his fringe away. Like, I just kind of grab the bulk with my comb and just 1-2 taps, and that is it. You know, 1-2, a couple more. Guys, don't be hacking away with the thinning scissors. They're not some magical blending shears that will kind of take away bulk like it doesn't really matter. These are only used kind of for detailing, or you know, or texturizing, or creating movement within the hair. If you're kind of going ham with these, guys, the hair will stick up like a porcupine. When they get out of the shower, you know, and they look at themselves in the mirror, the hair's gonna be all over. So over here, guys, I didn't have it on camera, but we kind of put in a little bit of mousse, and we sprayed like, I didn't dry his hair from before. I let it air dry like before kind of putting in the mousse, and then I went in and put in a decent amount of mousse and kind of diffused it. And the diffuser didn't take long to dry because we didn't dry it at the start. Usually I'll dry at the start, but again, curly hair, we kind of wanted to maintain those curls. It's best to leave it dry naturally when it comes to all of that. I'm just cleaning up his beard over here, nothing too special. You can see that taper is looking fire, sick. You can see it's so blended, it's crazy. Taking our time, you know, kind of enjoying the process of, you know, of cutting hair, guys. You know, you wouldn't really truly enjoy a craft if you don't take your time and appreciate the little things, you know. Like, the little things go a long way, guys, when it comes to barbering, you know. Just small details, the small kind of, you know, like small little actions you take when it comes to, you know, learning. You know, I'm learning every day, guys. I'm still buying courses, I'm finishing the courses, I'm kind of going out there still watching videos, you know, trying to learn as much as possible still, you know. Kind of, we're trying to see how far this game can take us. And that's it, guys. You can see the beard over there, sharp. Taper is, you know, well blended. You can see how we stretch the blend. We maintain those curls as well. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. We didn't rush too much, but you know, we kept it what it is. Thanks for watching, guys.